Listening Comprehension, Vietnamese Standardized Test of English Proficiency, Ho Chi Minh City University of Education. In this section of the test, you will have an opportunity to demonstrate your ability to understand conversations and talks in English. There are 3 parts in this section with special directions for each part. Answer all the questions on the basis of what is stated or implied by the speakers in the recording. There will be time for you to read the instructions and you will have a chance to check your work. The recording will be played once only. Time allowance is about 40 minutes, including 5 minutes to transfer your answers to your answer sheet. Part 1. Questions 1 to 8. Directions. In this part, you will hear 8 short announcements, or instructions. There is 1 question for each announcement or instruction. For each question, choose the right answer, A, B, C or D. Then, on the answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer that you have chosen. Now, let's listen to an example. On the recording, you will hear:
Hello. This is the travel agency returning your call. You left a message about the holiday you've booked, asking which meals are included in the cost during your stay at Sunny Hotel. Lunch and dinner are free, but if you wish to have breakfast in the hotel, you will need to pay an extra amount of money, depending on what you order. Let me know if I can help you with any other information. Goodbye.
On the test book, you will read, which meal is not included in the price of the holiday. A. Breakfast. B. Lunch. C. Dinner. D. All. The correct answer is A. Breakfast. Now, let's begin with the first question. First, you'll have some time to read the questions 1 to 8. Question 1.
At what time will the art gallery open this weekend?
If you're planning a visit to the Modern Art Gallery this coming weekend, take note of a change in opening hours. The gallery will open at 11:15. That's an hour later than usual because of repairs to the main hall. The closing time is unchanged, 6 p.m. From next week, opening hours go back to normal.
Question 2.
What kind of show is being described?
Are you trying to find something really enjoyable to do for this weekend? Well, if you are, why don't you come on out and see the best new live performance of the year? The Trojan Theater's new show, This Heart of Mine, is hilarious. The 5 actors in the show have all been performing in local theaters for years. Together, they truly form the perfect cast for this witty, fast-paced show. Hurry and reserve your tickets today before the show sells out.
Question 3.
What is the final step? Your first presentation is coming next week, so let's review the instructions one more time. The first step is to choose a good topic. My advice is to choose something that you're already familiar with. The second step is to create an outline. Remember that I don't want you to read to me. The third step is to practice. We have a big class, so it's important to stay within the time limit.
Question 4.
How much does it cost to download an MP3?
If you love music, then you're going to love yourmusic.com. Yourmusic.com has the world's largest online music catalog with free streaming music. If you want a song for your iPod or MP3 player, just click and pay 99 cents. That's right, only 99 cents per download. Yourmusic.com has the friendliest interface and is powered by the latest software.
Question 5.
What is on sale?
Good afternoon, shoppers. At this time, Nichols is having a special sale in our ladies' accessory department. All ladies' handbags are 10% off the marked price for the next 15 minutes. Hurry over to our ladies' accessory department to take advantage of this special sale. As always, thank you for shopping at Nichols.
Question 6.
What is Happyland?
Summer is almost over, and Happyland is offering a special chance for you to enjoy all of Happyland's rides, games, and shows for only $10 per person. Bring the whole family to Happyland for a full day of fun. Of course, children under 5 get in for half price. Don't miss out on this end of summer special from your friends at Happyland.
Question 7.
What will people probably do in this job? Do you want an exciting job working with computers? Infodex is now looking for young people to work in starting positions with our company. After a 2-week training period, you can begin your new career in the computer field. For more information on this exciting opportunity, call Infodex at 888-INFODEX.
Question 8.
What is the advertisement about?
Are you interested in making some extra income? Do you need a flexible work schedule? If so, come to an organizational meeting this Thursday afternoon at the Summit Hotel. A representative from our company will be there to let you know about an exciting new business opportunity. The meeting will begin at 4 p.m. and will last for not more than 2 hours. You will be able to learn more about our program and ask questions about the work opportunity.
That is the end of Part 1. Part 2. Questions 9 to 20. In this part, you will hear 3 conversations. The conversations will not be repeated. There are 4 questions for each conversation. For each question, choose the correct answer. A, B, C, or D. Questions 9 to 12 refer to the following conversation. First, take some time to read the questions 9 to 12.
All flights out of Rock Springs have been cancelled due to inclement weather. Flights will resume as soon as the blizzard has passed. Weathermen predict that the skies should clear within the next 12 hours. Those needing assistance in arranging temporary accommodations should speak with a customer service representative. For those wishing to expedite their departure, arrangements are being made with charter buses to reroute passengers to Salt Lake City's airport. To take advantage of this, please contact a gate representative. The bus will be leaving in approximately 45 minutes. Please see the chartered bus company representatives near the check-in counters to arrange transportation. Checked baggage may be collected at baggage claim if you intend to use the bus. Again, we apologize for any inconvenience and will do our best to accommodate your needs.
Questions 13 to 16 refer to the following conversation. First, take some time to read the questions 13 to 16.
Wow! How did you make this beautiful scarf?
It was quite easy. After deciding on a pattern, I chose 3 different colors to dye the cloth with.
I can see that you chose green, blue, and yellow. But how did you prevent the green dye from getting to the parts where you wanted blue or yellow?
I used wax to seal those parts of the scarf off from the dye. That way, when you dip the cloth into the green dye, only some parts absorb the dye.
Let me guess. After that, you remove the wax from the other parts, cover the green parts with wax, and then dip the cloth in blue or yellow dye.
That's right. But you have to let the cloth dry first, or the pattern won't look as nice when you finish.
It must have taken a long time for you to finish the whole thing.
It took me about 4 days, just because I had to let the fabric dry overnight before I could do the next color.
Questions 17 to 20 refer to the following conversation. First, take some time to read the questions 17 to 20.
In the summer, most people tend to lose weight, only to see it return in the winter. This temporary weight loss affects the metabolism for most people in a negative way, since it has been clinically proven that a steady level metabolism rate is preferred to one that fluctuates up and down over different seasons of the year. Therefore, in order to maintain this steady weight loss, a new product has surfaced on the market in the form of a regulating wristwatch. Now you may think to yourself, there are plenty of weight-watching wristwatches available in the market today. What makes this product different from any other? Unlike most conventional weight regulation wristwatches, this watch tells you when you are burning the most calories in your day and what chemicals your body is most deficient in. Also, this new product does not only regulate weight loss, but also helps regulate the optimal mechanisms to replenish the necessary minerals and vitamins necessary to sustaining a healthy, balanced diet.
That is the end of part 2. Part 3. Questions 21 to 35. In this part, you will hear 3 talks, lectures or conversations. The talks, lectures or conversations will not be repeated. There are 5 questions for each talk, lecture or conversation. For each question, choose the right answer. A, B, C or D. Questions 21 to 25 refer to the following professor's lecture. First, take some time to read the questions 21 to 25.
Acoustic musical instruments are common throughout the world. Simply put, an acoustic instrument is any instrument that makes sound. This lecture will introduce you to an acoustic instrument invented in the 20th century. Its name is the steel pan. Often it is simply called the pan or steel drum, and it is played by musicians in a steel band. The steel pan is both an instrument and a form of music which originated in the country of Trinidad in the West Indies. It was a Trinidadian by the name of Winston Spree Simon who first discovered the instrument. That was in 1939. He was beating an old oil drum with a corn cob, and obviously he liked the sound. He discovered that different areas on the surface of the drum created different notes. In the 1960s, the steel pan underwent further innovations. A drum called the fourths and fifths was introduced. The fourths and fifths drum could produce a much broader scale than previous steel pans. This allowed even more different kinds of music to be played. Also, the appearance of the steel pan instrument itself changed. Wheels were added to the pans, and they were also covered with canopies. These canopies were covers that protected the pans and the players from the hot sun. If you've ever been to the West Indies and under the Caribbean sun, you'll know how important it is to be in the shade. I was there last winter, and if I wasn't swimming in the ocean, I was sitting under a canopy listening to steel pan music. I highly recommend it. Now, steel pan as a musical form has also undergone many changes. The first pan band dates back to 1940. These first bands were rhythm bands, mostly for dancing to. However, during the 1940s, techniques were developed that enabled melodies to be played. This meant that a steel pan performance could be the focus of a concert rather than an accompaniment to a dance. These first steel pan melodies became known as panyards. Panyards, then, are melodies played on steel pans, but this word also refers to the areas or yards where steel pan music is played. Both meanings of panyard were and still are important to communities in the West Indies. By the 1940s, steel pan music had spread from Trinidad to other nearby West Indian islands. In 1951, steel pan was played for the first time outside of the islands when the Trinidad All-Steel Percussion Orchestra played at the Festival of Britain in the United Kingdom. Now, as you all know, I hope, steel pan is popular across the globe. In fact, let's listen to some right now to end the class.
questions 26 to 30 refer to the following conversation. First, take some time to read the questions 26 to 30.
Hello, I'm one of the students who needs to take the first aid certification course in order to go on the winter break meteorological expedition.
Okay, which course date did you want to sign up for? There are 2 courses offered every month, except for November when we have 3. The courses are all 2 weeks long.
What are the times?
Well, next month there are 2 courses. There's a morning and an evening course. The morning course is from 8 a.m. to noon, and the evening course from 5 to 9 p.m.
Well, you see, I go to class during the day and work at night. There's no weekend course?
I'm afraid not. The expedition starts in January, right?
That's right. We leave January 3rd.
Well, you could take the course in December after your finals are over.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to. How much is this course?
It's $300, which includes all aspects of first aid, including CPR and mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Who's the course instructor?
Jeff Fulbright. He's a retired paramedic with over 35 years of experience. This is a nationally recognized qualification.
What is CPR exactly?
It stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Basically, it's what you perform on a patient who isn't breathing or whose heart isn't beating. It's like giving a car a jump start.
What do you mean?
Well, you know when you jumpstart a car, the battery is out of juice. So you connect it to another car's battery using jumper cables and use the energy from the working car to revive the dead battery. After that, the battery should replenish itself and be okay.
Right.
Same principle. With CPR, the heart has stopped beating, so you kind of pump the heart back to life by applying pressure to the chest in rhythmic intervals. You're like the battery giving juice to the battery without juice. Hopefully, by doing CPR, you will get the heart to start beating on its own again.
That sounds like a handy skill.
Sure is. The course will also give you some useful procedures for your expedition, like how to treat hypothermia and frostbite.
That's good, though hopefully I'll never need it.
Hopefully, you'll never need any of the training, but it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Well, can I sign up for the morning course in December then?
Sure. You can fill out this form and pay the $300 in cash, by check, or debit card. Or if you want to, you can register online at the website listed at the bottom of the form.
I see. Is there a registration deadline or anything?
The cutoff date for registration is 1 week prior to the start date, but it's best to register as far in advance as possible. It's rare, but sometimes the courses do fill up.
Well, okay. Thanks for all your help.
No problem. Have a nice day.
Questions 31 to 35 refer to the following professor's lecture. First, take some time to read the questions 31 to 35.
Evolution is a complex interaction of various processes, but we can simplify it a bit if we break it down. We can summarize the separate processes quite simply. We'll start at the top. All organisms have descended into different lineages from common ancestors, or in other words, every organism has developed into its own current family line from other organisms that existed in the past. So, we can trace all living species back through time to a few common ancestors. Let me put a simple diagram on the board. We start at the top with organism A. From organism A we get organism B. So, I put B here below A and draw a line down from A to B. Then, over time, B undergoes changes leading to organism C, and so on. Notice I said B undergoes changes. What kind of changes might that include? Well, evolution includes processes such as genetic drift, natural selection, adaptation, interbreeding, and extinction. Probably you're most familiar with extinction, especially the extinction of dinosaurs. Anyway, today I will focus my talk on genetic drift. We'll keep it simple and just focus on that one idea for now. In order to talk about genetic drift, I'll need to use some terms specifically related to genetics. I'll try to define each term as we go so that nobody gets lost, okay? The first term I'm going to throw at you is alleles. What are alleles? Maybe before that, how do you spell it? It's A-L-L-E-L-E-S. So what are they? I assume you know what genes are, right? Well, alleles are different versions of the same gene, and they can encode different information. For example, take the case of eye color. The gene for eye color has many different alleles, and each allele contributing to a different eye color. But in terms of genetic drift, alleles are special because they are related to genes formed by mutation. That's another term we'll need to use in this course. Mutation just means change. It could be a good change or a bad change. So, alleles are gene codes that could have some kind of mutation compared to gene codes from ancestors. Some of you might be thinking, wait a minute, a bad mutation. In evolution, things are supposed to evolve to fit into their environment better. So how can mutated alleles be bad? Remember, there are different kinds of evolutionary processes. Good changes to fit the environment usually occur through natural selection and adaptation. But I'm talking about genetic drift. This incorporates random genetic changes. If enough members of a population include these mutated alleles, then evolutionary change can occur. The proportion of members with these alleles can rise over time to become the majority of the population. Given enough time, the mutated alleles can totally dominate. The original ancestors' genes are replaced by the new alleles. Evolutionary change has occurred. A key point about genetic drift is that the process is random. I mentioned that before, but another key point is that genetic drift involves neutral alleles. You can think of neutral in this case meaning neither good nor bad. It doesn't help the organism, nor does it hurt the organism. Something like eye color would be neutral for most organisms. Evolutionary change that leads to more blue-eyed members of a population can be accounted for by genetic drift.
This is the end of the listening paper. Now, you have 5 minutes to transfer your answers to your answer sheet. This is the end of the listening test. Please put your pen down.